Thanks so much for joining us. This is the last of the series just for right now. Our top lenders answering top questions that they get asked by clients or we get asked. We're here today with Baird, Mike Kenevan. Thank you guys so much for joining us. All right, guys. I know it's your favorite question. Why are you a lender?
Good question. It's a little bit of an addiction and once you get into this industry because every single loan and every single deal is a little bit different. So you're dealing with different personalities, especially with the first-time home buyers. You don't have a clue what's going on through the transaction, so you're kind of putting all of your trust in me. And when you get to that closing table and you buy your first house, it's a pretty rewarding feeling when you get those keys.
Absolutely. I lived in, after I graduated, I lived in Spain for about 4.5 years. And when I came back, this was in the 2002-2003 area, when it was a very unregulated industry. And my Spanish was really good at that point, so I saw a lot of Hispanic families getting taken advantage of and getting charged egregious fees, losing their homes, not being explained things properly by people that were just there for the money. So I got into it more to help a community that helped me out by learning Spanish, so I wanted to give something back and got into lending primarily with Hispanics and then branched out into non-Hispanics because my English is pretty good too.
Are you going emotional card here?
Yeah, you like that?
I do. That's.
Mike, did you want to try to top that?
Yeah. Sorry, hold on. I can compose myself. I can't top that. No.
All right, guys. My last question. I'll let you go. Release the Kraken. What would you tell someone looking into getting into lending? Brand new.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No, it's a crazy job. It is, your phone is ringing at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, because Sarah Bowles needs this and that for a deal, and if I'm not answering my phone, she's going to go to Brett, and vice versa.
I say if you're thinking about getting into it, get with a good mentor.
Yeah.
Get with a team, learn the basics, and then prospect.
It's all who you know. We're both in a 100% referral market, so there's no leads coming to us. We're trying to find a network that works for us and letting people know what we do.
What is your top annoyance with agents?
Two things. Oh, how much time do we have?
Yeah, we got
usually
okay.
they always know more than us. They know more about our job than us and about guidelines and things like that.
For me, frustration is because the market's moved so much. We'll have a client that can't economically on paper qualify for any more, and a lot of times the agents will try and say, well listen, what about $5,000 more or $10,000 more? There's no houses at this range. When you get a pre-approval letter, stick by our guidance because it's for the client's best interests.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you guys sitting through all this.
No worries.
All right. See you around.
So if we give them a little bit of a higher interest rate, it could be anywhere from, depending on whether it's a conventional or FHA loan, let's call it a 0.25% interest rate. For them paying a 0.25% higher in their interest rate, we can then credit them funds at closing towards their closing costs. So Mike and I work at very similar sized companies that are both correspondent lenders. What that means is we do everything from the initial application through funding in-house. It gives us a large advantage just in case we need something from an underwriter or we need a better answer. There's a lot more interpersonal communication. I can actually walk down the hallway to my underwriter's office, knock on a door, and hash a file out.